Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to another video. Senpai here, and I got a giant pile from RobotKai.com. And yes, it's all Hobby Mio stuff. I'm literally looking at a pile of about 17 items, so expect about 17 videos to be coming. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the paint shaker. I have already messed with this, and I am already in love. Now, I don't want to be biased, as you guys know. I did a review on the dspiae. I forgot what the name is. I can't pronounce it. That kind of worked like crap. I actually have a Vortex paint mixer that I ended up picking up on Amazon. I don't think I've done a review on it yet, but it's a laboratory mixer, and it cost me about $75. This is about half of that price, and I actually like it better. So stick with me. We're going to unbox. I'm going to show you how this ends up working, and then we're going to close out the video. Remember, use code Senpai Hobby, all in caps, over at RobotKai. Get 10% off anything on the site, and they do have a bunch of Hobby Mio stuff in stock. So let's get to it. All right, so here we are with the box. Everything is in Japanese/Chinese, so I apologize. I have not translated everything, just enough to be able to get us by. But I have been quite impressed with the packaging. I can't really fault any of the dings like on the box and stuff like that, because I know that these were shipped in a crate, that were on a ship, that came across the ocean. Things happen. You get this nice, it's got a slip cover on here. You have a layout. There's an instruction manual inside. It shows the same thing. Lighting it out, you get a simple white box that's inside. Flipping open the lid, you end up getting an instruction manual, just like this. You get the mixer, a power brick, and some strips. All right, taking a look at the instructions for you. I'm just going to fold it open. It is pretty simple. It's just explaining to you the different procedures to do. Put your bottle on, strap it down, run it for 30 to 60 seconds, and turn off the power and remove it. Over here, you have the strips that hold it down. You get 4 of these strips. You get the mixer itself. You get the power brick. You get the little cradle that holds it. You get the slot that the controller thing goes in there. And I think I ended up reading something about USB, but this does not have USB power. It's strictly by power, like electricity power. All right, inside the packaging, and this is stuffed in here like super tight. So I have to give them credit on their packaging. I've been really impressed. So you get the mixer. I forget, you get 2 strips of 3M tape. We're not going to be using that. You get a power cable, and you get 4 hold down straps. All right, much like dspiae, this has a really nice red anodizing on here. The finish, like, it's not perfect. There's some blemishes on here. It's aluminum, but I have to say this thing is weighty. Like, it's a little brick. You do get some screw holes down here. Now, I don't know if they have like a modular system, or they're coming out with a modular system to be able to screw this down to. My ultimate plan is I'm going to take some machine screws, and I am going to bolt this down to my paint desk that's right over here. Inside the cradle, you get some nice foam, which seems to work very well. You get an on-off switch, and you get a power port right here. On the power cable, you get, I think it's about 3 feet of cable. You get 4 rubber straps, which are going to end up going on these metal pins around your bottle. And like I said, you get 2 strips of this 3M sticky tape, and this looks like the clear, yeah, this is the clear sticky tape, but I'm going to save this for something else. We're not going to use it for this. Now, I do have to be careful because I don't have a plug like exactly on my desk to be able to plug this in. So it's going to plug in. There it is running. And if I hold this right up to the microphone, yeah, it's pretty much freaking silent. It works. Like, it freaking works well. Now we're going to test out some things. Right here, I have some EX07 Gaia Notes silver. We're going to lay that down. You can see that all the silver has settled to the bottom. It's almost like goop. Okay, so I like doing these as tests because it's a good indication. Now, I found the best way to do this for me was I put on the second hole on that side, and then you want to do it down to whichever hole makes it the tightest. You do want your bottle pretty much even on the rack here. So there we are for that. Now, having it like this, it does bounce around with the bottle on there, and that's why I want to mount it down solid. So you can probably hear that, of it doing that. But if I lift it, it stops completely. You can see that the base is pretty much what's moving. and it's fully mixed. Next up, and I've already tested it on this bottle, so I know it works well. This is the Gaia 08 EX Gold Metallic, and it is thick. So anybody that's used this knows that you have to like really thin it. So it goes a long way. Pin that down, make sure it's nice and tight. Trying to give you guys some different angles on here. And that takes no time at all to mix it up. And it's almost completely mixed out of the bottom here. Anybody that's used this knows that that's a pain in the butt, like just shaking the bottle itself. Now, for something like this, you could do both straps, but you can actually technically just get away with one. Just centralize the bottle there. And that's how I would end up doing those. I wouldn't bother with both straps. Now these little bottles, like it's pretty much silent. So my suggestion, there are mounting screw holes on the bottom. It's going to take a machine screws or 2 of them. I would mount this if you have a desk that you use for painting or something like that. Just mount it down, use some washers on the backside of the screws, cinch this down nice and tight, and it will work perfect. The harder I held it down to the desk and just hold it down, the quieter it gets. So I love this thing. This is probably the best. I think it was $45, and then use my code for 10% off of that. This is probably the best paint mixer that I've had in my hand in quite some time. And that's considering that I have the mini Vortexer over here, which was $75. It's loud. It is nice because it's touch sensitive. Like when you press down on it, it goes. But you have to set it on there a certain way to get all that. This just works. It works perfectly in getting that bottle in a circular motion. And it's like a how do I put it? Elliptical, oblong, round motion. It works. It works really well. I'm happy with it. And if this breaks tomorrow, I'm buying another one. All of this stuff was purchased by me, so there's no bias here. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I forgot to show you can do the Vallejo bottles and the GW bottles. All of those end up working on here. You can put any type of bottle that's on here. You guys saw I use these big fat bottles. There was plenty of room to put an even bigger bottle on there. It's good to go. Just buy it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure and smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in another Hobby Meal video coming up shortly. Peace.